Nothing to use in there at this point. Right, so we're gonna have to check some traps sometime. How do I get up here? This looks like an interesting place as well. Oh, that's nice. I've clicked on an area and they've taken me the right way. I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna talk to those people just yet. I'm gonna look at the evidence first. Another power box. It charges nothing now. It's empty. The fence blocks the path. No way on from here. You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops of a long time ago. Now only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says tomorrow is just a whisper away. Looks like tomorrow never came. He raises the collar of his bomber jacket. Turn away. Do we talk to these people?
And Mikhail, notice the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
A blonde man stands next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You, officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez. I'm Trant Heidelstein. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
How does he know who the police officer is? Did I watch Hey Arnold back then? That was a cartoon show, right? I think. The answer is no, not really. But if it's the one I'm thinking of, then no. I think I vaguely remember it.
Nice to meet you.
You and Kim know each other? Oh, hang on. Hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Jan Karp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Okay. What was that about the windows before?
Oh, yes. So, Mikhail, they had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago, so they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Okay, that's interesting. You and Kim know each other?
I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worm-themed colouring book. Worm... W-U umlaut R-M? Worm-themed? Dunno.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately.
Okay, into worms. The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms, when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Points to the building again. I don't look like I'm wearing my bum hat at the moment. Wow. Get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries. I don't want to ask him for money. What's so fascinating about an empty old building? Aha, but it's not just any empty old building. He raises his hand to his eyes, springtime sun warming his handsome face. All four of you turn to admire the mural before you. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D development of Feld Electrical, and Feld, which now sells ink cartridges, mostly was once a top dog in the turn of the century cybernetics boom. Hold on, what's R&D? R&D department? Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. He smiles brightly, laugh lines around his lips. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development. No? Mea culpa, you were not familiar with that one either. This man is a buckhead. Look at the building looming over you. It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill. I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical. That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. He adjusts his suit jacket. They started out as a Midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, I'm going to pronounce it like that. I think that's the correct way to pronounce it. I'm not a racist. Feld becomes a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. He gestures towards the building. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve. He grins. I'm mixing my metaphors here. He's trying to be too damn clever. That's what he's trying to be. What was the ace? It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for... He pauses for effect. Tape computer. A tape computer? An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bringing them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants REM, ICN and ZAM haven't achieved yet. He grins, admiring the sentence he just produced. He's a clever shit. He is a clever shit. Worm, dragon without wings, you think. Okay. Could be. I've seen them spelt W-Y-R-M in The Hobbit and stuff. Could be. Worm theme. W-U-R-M, I have not. We'll have to look it up. It might be some game or something in the bookshop. He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind. What happened? Indeed, what? The revolution? The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve. He nods. Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building or one of the adjacent ruins. He pauses, pointing to the other building, then continues. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. Are you saying that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk under my feet? Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war. A pleasure wheel? The lieutenant looked wistfully at the horizon, as if picturing gondolas rising to the sky. Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory, it's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel lighting up the coast. Yes, to lure in their star engineers, this part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global centre for innovation in cybernetics, but history had other plans. Honestly, in this game, I don't know that all the things you can talk about to people is there for background lore, just to fill in a history of the game and stuff, of the world they've created, which would be cool, or whether it's there for essential parts of investigation and stuff for me to do. And what I don't want to do is go through reading out loads and loads and loads of stuff just to find it's just interest, it's lore. Like, I never read the books in Oblivion and Skyrim. The background lore is fine for those who want it. I want the adventure. But we'll see. We'll see what this is. It could be anything. I haven't played Outer Worlds yet. I'm going to play it probably when I finish this game. That's my current plan for that. What happened to the engineers, the company people? Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. He smiles again, as if he's somehow personally responsible for this bleak turn of events. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers... Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution? He means they all died at the hand of the communists. Let's say that to him. Officer, he sounds disappointed. I told you this chapter of history wasn't on Mikhail's curriculum yet. Let's keep this kid friendly. Well, let's tell him the truth. The boy looks first at you, then back at his father, confused. What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers? They used them for military communications, he says, while his son looks up, idly chewing on the corner of his worm-themed colouring book. But also to write and send out press releases, the most notorious example being Le Decret de Mars. What's the March Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02. A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on a political concept album, Bon Bases de Insolinde. Great pronunciation, I'm sure, there. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I don't care. I tried to get Mikhail to memorise it. He looks at his son, who starts giggling, his face hidden behind the book. Oh, well, tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention. The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion. And how did those tape computers work? Were they like radio computers? Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware. He raises his finger, remembering something. Buckle up. Oh, God. 10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dompty Dom Centre in Vredefort. He's making this stuff up, surely. It raised the same question, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at this time. This was before the twins, Keith and Guy Juice, joined it. Do I want to read this? Wait, did he just say Wompty Dompty Dom Centre? He did. He did. He did. He said Wompty Dompty Dom Centre. It's like the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wompty Dompty Dom Centre, and who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced? Right, the Wompty Dompty Dom Centre. The Wompty Dompty Dom Centre for Contemporary Arts. There it is again, those words. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to... You're making this up, turned to the lieutenant. Kim, is he making this up? Thought gained Wompty Dompty Dom Centre. In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dompty Dom Centre, he says casually, is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research centre. He clears his throat. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyse the handwriting, perform operations and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing, made of black film and folding tape structures. The RCM should get some of those. Even one would be very useful, he agrees. Though I understand the socio-economic cause of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07. Do we want to ask? Do we want to ask? Wait, the Feld playback experiment? Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld playback experience, but those are incorrect. Why did the revolutionaries destroy it? That was a lot of work for 5XP. Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All three versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building. He takes a step back. The boardwalk creaks mournfully in the wind. I wanted to ask you something. You look like someone who has money. Do you have any money? I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here. He brushed it off like it's not a thing at all. No, I mean, come on, you need the money. If it's not a thing, he can give you some. I don't want your money. I just want to see whether my profiling skills were working. Of course, detective, I wouldn't have assumed anything else. Matter of fact, he looks up again, a playful hint shining in his eyes. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the Vespertine Department of Justice has published a rather interesting paper on the criminal profiling in former socialist states. Have you read it? If not, then you definitely should. If not for tips and tricks, then just for theoretical curiosity. Anyway, that's just a little something that sprang to mind. He squeezes his son's shoulder lightly. You were saying? Forget it. They don't sell those kind of books in crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. I don't need any more information. We're done. Pick your brain. If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Good God, that was like a wall of text, which I don't know if it's leading to anything useful. Bars cover these long, dusty windows. The remaining windows rattle from strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Try to see inside. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is a shadow of a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it, and a small layer of white salt from the sea. Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside? No, he shakes his head. The windows rattle in their frames. I won't even try. You know, he takes his glasses off. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes because he had to show me things. It's that bad. You can still shoot though, right? Well, enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting course 7 out of 10. Let's go back. We can come back to this bit later on. I want to go back and hand some stuff in, so to speak. I just looked up and saw Indigo talking about something anal work, and I've clearly missed the important part of that conversation. Oh, what was that? Can I see it from this side? A school of fish huddle around the fence post, then scatter into the dark. A kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere in the ice. Before you, a drawbridge. It can only be lowered from the other side. Wait, where are we? Oh, interesting. Full of holes. Could this post hide treasure? Look inside. Really? Oh, nice. I'll take that. I've got loads of healing stuff. Hang on, there's loads of... Nice. People have stuffed money inside these posts. Money and drugs. Why would you do this? Not that I'm complaining. I'll take it. I'm getting rich. I can afford to buy Kuno's pants. Can I go up here? I know I said I was coming back to this section later, but I've clearly found a new interesting area. Is this the old church? Okay, whoa, boy. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. I'm not going to go into the church now. We're going to come back to this later. An altar shrouded in the dark. It's too dark to tell. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. Let's come back. Let's go back. Get sorted out. How many skills have I got? I think I've got a point. A skill. Fairweather T500. It really hurts to punch this armour. A sword wouldn't leave even a scratch. A bullet would bounce right off it. Still, there must be some flaw in it that would allow you to stand your ground against this dangerous enemy technology. You just have to figure out what it is. Possibly by beating yourself whilst wearing it. Shooting yourself, maybe. And the Wompty-Dompty-Dom Centre. I don't think I want to research that. Let's unlock this. And let's think about the Fairweather T500. I think we need to do that. And skills? Ooh, savoir-faire is just bad. It's so bad, I don't think I'm going to even put any points in that. Let's keep the other skill point. So I've made it to the church. I need to head back down here. I don't even know how I came up here now. How did I get here? Ah, a bridge. Good. We're back. Okay, I don't need that bag in my hands. So doing that, I've got a skill. It should now give me a bonus on suggestion, I think. Having empty hands. Did we... God, I don't know how to get back. Did I come wandering across here? Yeah, I think I did. This starts to look familiar. So we need to go see the guy in the pawn shop. Oh, I thought I'd maybe found something to go into here. That would have been interesting. A breaker box to power the radio pylon. Maybe there's something inside. Oh, is there? Cash. How did I get across... Oh, here. Right, okay. I see where we're going now. I feel like we spent a long time wandering around over there and talking about stuff that... Some of it was good. Some of it is definitely, valid for this case we're on. And some of it not so much. Tasks. Let's have a look at the tasks. Because we did find out about the guy who was locking up the trash. Oh, that's led us to the thing about the armour. Inspect the traps, which we've got to do at some point. It doesn't say when there. And take a stuffed bird to Garty. We can do that. The smoker on the balcony. That's a job for later today. So much to do. Let's go and see the guy in the shop. Let's see if we can sell some clothes. I wonder if that other guy would buy clothes off me. I need to buy that boom box.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
I'm looking for something that plays a tape for police business. Yeah, we still have those boom boxes on the shelves. Excellent. I have something else to sell. I'd like to sell my clothes. I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. He looks you up and down quickly, and certainly not expensive armour that's liable to bring mercenaries to my doorstep. Are you sure you don't want to buy some armour? More than. What else have you got? I have a fascinating photo of a corpse. Oh, I'll access my pockets. Excellent. Right, I can sell... photo of a happy couple. Do I just double click it? Pawn? Alright, nice. I think I can get rid of these postcards. That is needed. If I sell that, I'll be in trouble. I'm sure that's for a quest. Postcard. A dock worker shift card. I'm not sure about that. Does this only show stuff that doesn't matter? An antique rifle. I don't know. I bought that off him. I can't sell that. Lieutenant's handkerchief. The lieutenant's pen. An empty cassette case. I'll sell the postcards. I'm pretty sure I can sell the postcards. I don't know about the others. We'll keep it at that for now. I don't have anything to sell at the moment. Cool. So where's the boom boxes? Are those them up there? Can I just play a tape on one of the boom boxes real quick? Sorry, man, I can't be giving out freebies. Okay, can I get a discount on this boombox? A police discount? A discount? I do have to keep the lights on, man. It's 12 real. Remember, he doesn't like music. He likes sounds. The Doggone Megamix is his type of tape. Certainly give you a discount if he knew you'd play something so experimental. Careful, you can only do this once. I'm not doing any police work. I've got the Doggone Megamix. I'm buying it. Give him 12. 12 is a good number. Good internal balance. He studies the light on the wall. 12 has integrity. I need to buy the boombox. Okay. Well, we've got a free place to live now, so we can do it. And here you go. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes. Excellent. Oh, I need to check my hat that I'm wearing as well. Let's get out of here. I don't think we should listen to it in here, in front of him. Or maybe we should. I don't know. Let's just play it out in the street. Is that a bit lacking in privacy? Clothes. Oh, I really need to sell some of this stuff. +1 reaction speed, -1 rhetoric. Oh, I went for that. I went for the logic, didn't I? Okay. Tools. It's here. Equip this to play tapes. Nice. Interact with the Doggone Megamix. The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is rooted behind the magnetic reader. Play the tape. You push Commencer and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air. This isn't Revachol, a man's voice says. This is a village. I can almost see the elephants. Another loud screech. Some kind of machinery. The harbour. Kim takes out his notebook. That's the sound of a falconed crane. He's right. More static. When this shit is done, I'm going to tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna rent a room. Courty. A real nice one. This part is unintelligible. I don't give a shit. I'm done. I'm done mentally. I'll do them all in. Rape that disco bird on the counter. You know, the dancer whore upstairs. Do it Lee Schmin style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth. A click, then silence. The rest of the tape is empty. The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrêter on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning. What was that at the very end? Silence? End of recording. What do you think? It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off their shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbour walls. Yeah, but why would he be saying this? I think this is like staged. I agree, he also sounded inebriated. Still, Lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion. Who's this Courty? One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to? A friend of his? And what's Lee Schmin? A village on the Samarian Isola in TNN. Grad committed war crimes there. The kind of thing he talks about. Oh, he talks about the rape. Okay. You think he was there? Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer, or maybe Lee Schmin is just merc talk for atrocity, slaughter. A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment. Okay then, what now? I think we've got a few more questions for Classy, don't you? He looks around. This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree. As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back into the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's Friday night. The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate even. I don't know if the game will be playing music. I've got it turned off because when I put these up on YouTube, it's got a decent soundtrack by all accounts, but it gets hit with copyright claims. So there we go. Okay, World of Cringe, thanks for dropping by today. Thanks for the company. See you later and go and get some cooking done. Yeah, have some nice food. Yeah, see you next time. Cheers. Which, yeah, I don't think I'll be on tomorrow. I might be possibly. But it'll be in the afternoon if I am. But certainly back Friday night with more of this. Okay, so we got that. And there's another one here. The smallest church in Saint-Saëns. The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. Press play on the tape. You press the large button marked Common Sir and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. Press your ear. Keep the porter reel at the harmless distance and wait. I've not put my ear up to that. Then the organ starts playing. A simple melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Saint-Saëns, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds, you know this is the one. The real shit you've been looking for. The one you trashed your room to. This one tells it like it is. This is your tune. A click, then silence for a bit, and then the tape stops spinning. Could I sing this for karaoke? I think I could sing this. Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this, and you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times. Yep, they're all here, all 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands in your way. Nothing can stop me now. Garte, you have to convince Garte to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself, let the pain out, make everyone understand. Lieutenant looks at you as you remove the tape from the boombox. He doesn't say anything. We're going karaoke. I think I will put the boombox away for a moment though. Let's go. So we get back. Has she got any more news on the armor? I've got news on the armor. Pick up the police radio. Let's see. Did you find more about the owner of the armored boots? Tomorrow morning. Okay. It's tomorrow still. I know she said by tomorrow morning. What she really means is tomorrow morning, I think. Right, we've got to go and see loads of people here. Let's burst in here and see who we can talk to first. There's a little tip there. It said pick dialogue options that begin with hold on or wait to get extra information. That's good to know. Wow. It's karaoke night. What's going on here? Isn't Lena usually here? She must be out for a stroll. She's over there. Some tits you just have to see to be believed. If you say so. Who have we got in here then? These 2 coppers, which I don't know much about. Lena, we met your husband.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
I ran into your husband on the coast. The old woman clasped her hand together over a blanket. Goodness, how is he? Did he say why he hasn't returned yet? He's fine, madam. As we had suspected, he couldn't get back earlier because the waterlock and the canal was broken. Now he's just finishing up some work. Oh, yes, that's my moral. He's bound to catch a cold staying out there for so long. But I'm so relieved to hear that he's okay. Thank you for putting an old woman's heart at ease, if even a little. You haven't, however. There are dangers out there. Our aging bodies fail. Her heart won't rest until Moral is safely back with her. Now maybe she'll open up about those fascinating cryptids, take her mind off all this. You never told me you've seen the Phasmid. Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings. No, I really want to. Reflexively, the lieutenant readies his familiar notebook.